Hi everyone, welcome to the Routemaster show, issue 127 tonight. And one of my co-hosts will be Dave Say.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Build the Classic Routemaster, issue 127. We're going to have a fabulous build tonight. We've got some guests as well, haven't we, Adrian? So, which I'll see in a minute.
And my next guest is Mark.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Routemaster show. I think it's going to be a good one tonight, something a bit different, so yeah.
And of course, we must not forget our builder, who are our guest builder at the moment.
Hello there. All I can say is, I'm not going to need this today, am I? What am I going to do? I just don't know what I'm going to do. This just no screwdriver today, but hey ho, we'll get on with the build and we'll see what goes on.
Yeah. And our next guest is the main builder had been doing in the past, had to take a break from it.
Hello, everybody. So as I discussed on between us before the show, I have got my issue ready. So if Steve has any problems, I can help him out.
And we must not forget Penny's co-host.
Hello everyone. Good evening. Hope you're all well. Nice to be back again. It's going to be a tricky one tonight, I think.
Okay.
Full house.
Full house, yeah.
House.
Right, Mark, do you want to go through the chat for a moment?
Yeah, okay, so P40F20. Hi all.
Hello, P40F20.
P40F20, ready for another build session with the Dream Team.
Thank you.
We've got Geordie Dave. Hi everyone.
Hi, Geordie Dave.
Hi, Geordie Dave.
We've got Paul 61C70. Something tells me this is going to be a short build, LOL.
Depends how cool Steve is.
Hello, Paul.
It'll be a short build with me.
We've got Yorkshire Crafter. Hello everyone.
Hello, Yorkshire Crafter.
We've got Dano Builds. Hello everyone.
Hello, Dano.
We've got Peter Whitlock. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Peter.
We've got Stuart Sullivan. Hello, made it at last.
Hello, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
We've got Stuart Sullivan again. Hello, all. Been too long, but I'm here now.
Yeah.
Stuart Sullivan again. Penny, hello.
Hello.
We've got Geordie Dave. Hi, Horlicks.
Hello. All right, Geordie.
We've got Stuart Sullivan. Horlicks, cool. And that's
Yeah.
the
Right. Okay. Well, I've got a little bit of something that we ought to say before we go any further, and that is that one of us, one of the ladies back there in the chat, is having a special celebration tomorrow, and that is Yorkshire Crafter. Julie, it's your birthday tomorrow, so in the good old traditional way, I think we should sing happy birthday to her. So, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Julie, Yorkshire Crafter, happy birthday to you. There we are. Also, I would like to say that tomorrow is a special day. It's the 3rd of September. Not only is it Yorkshire Crafter's birthday, but it's actually mine and Christine's wedding anniversary. So we've been married 28 years tomorrow. So, and I would like to say it's been 28 years of wedded bliss to my darling wife, Christine. So, for tomorrow.
And have you loved each other more today than you did yesterday, but not as much as you will tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
apart from that day you had that argument last Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Right. Keeps you on the straight and narrow, doesn't she, Dave?
Oh, she does that. Yeah, she
Yeah.
does that. Yeah, I've got the whip Mac to prove it.
I don't know why I actually quite believe that.
Right, shall we get into the build?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go because we haven't got all night, have we?
Oh,
No,
no,
no.
haven't we?
Okay. So today we're going to be doing the covers for the batteries and the battery compartment. The battery compartment on a Routemaster bus is under the stairs, accessed from the outside of the bus. The same arrangement gives the storage space for the battery box on your model. So we've got the key to the supplied parts. So we've got part 127A, which is the battery compartment panel. Go. And then 127B, which is the battery box cover.
Yeah. Plastic. And obviously, this is obviously the battery panel. Now, I've actually done a little mod on mine. I've actually put like a bit of black to represent dirt and grease. I did have paint a little bit silver, but one of our Facebook guys assured me that it wasn't. They were never silver, so I've actually adjusted mine to make them a little bit dirty. So they've been like, so it's got a bit of road dirt and stuff like that. So that's the only difference. But it has highlighted the little screw there, so it does bring the detail out again.
Well, we've got Adrian that's got, just move the camera to Adrian. This is the part that you will all receive without the modification.
Too clean, isn't it? Just too clean.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no detail there really, but you've added that extra detail, which makes it extra special.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to have to put the camera back now to that one, I think. That's it. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go to the other camera now. Is that what you want?
Brilliant. So, stage one in this issue, 127. So, we're going to fit the tabs on the battery box cover 127B into the slots in the bottom of the battery box 58B. Make sure that you have the cover the right way round as shown. The battery box cover 127B can then be hinged up so that the catch fits into the opening at the top of the battery box. Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
Wow.
And step two, the outer battery compartment cover 127A is fixed to the frame 102A magnetically as shown. Locating pegs at the bottom corners of the cover 127A fit into the holes into the frame. Do not use any glue so that you can remove the cover to change the battery.
Now, what I've done, I found when you put the actual plate in, it was a little bit, it was tight because the paint was blocking the holes. But I found mine was slightly sticking out, and I thought it should be a little bit more flush. So I've actually opened the holes up a little bit further either side, and I've actually ground down the tabs. If I don't know if you can see with the camera, I've ground the tabs down. So really, I'm just relying on the magnet, but it just makes a nicer. It just goes in nicer. It doesn't stick out as much. Still doesn't say it's job, but it's. I think it makes it a neater panel.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Really?
Wow.
I might have to just clear where the little holes are. Just clear the paint out to help the tabs go in if that's what you want. Or if I've just done it, I've just removed the tabs. It's not going to go anywhere, but it's obviously made a nicer. And that's the final view.
Wow.
Yeah. And that is it for this issue.
Wow. So quick.
What a building tonight, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, serve the finish views.
Yeah.
Wow.
Superb.
So may I ask a daft question?
Yeah.
And it only kind of came to me. I'm just waiting for someone to say yes or no. Yes, you may ask a daft question. So it says on the description under the title, the battery compartment on a Routemaster bus is under the stairs, access from the outside of the bus. So where we're putting our batteries, that's where the actual batteries would go on a Routemaster,
Yeah.
Yes.
which
Yeah.
would explain why there's an additional amount of dirt and grime on that panel rather than evenly throughout, because that's probably one of the access panels that would be accessed the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So apologies for that daft question, but yeah.
Well, as you say, Penny, there is no such thing as a daft question.
Well, yeah.
Because obviously they've got to have their batteries somewhere. Generally speaking, double-deck buses of that age and era would have had their batteries underneath the bottom deck seats. So either the first or the second seats along from the driver, they would have had a battery box underneath the seats. And generally, the batteries would have been in there, but AC being AC, and when they built this Routemaster, they really thought about maintenance. And who really wants to be sat on a couple of dangerous batteries, really?
Well,
Let's have them.
As it was read out, I just suddenly thought, yeah, there would be a ton of space behind those stairs. So what better place to put it? So yeah, I probably sound a bit bus daft. I won't say stupid, but bus daft. I mean,
No, not at all.
I've not actually owned a Routemaster, and I've not actually driven. Well, I haven't been on one and worked on it, and I don't know enough about it. But no, that's an absolutely superb place to put them. But I just think it's rather good that that's where they. I mean, there is a lot of space behind those stairs, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of wasted space too. Yeah. So just the only thing that it would be problematic with that would be the making sure that these stairs and the platform riser, as they call it, is in good shape. Because if the platform riser wasn't in good shape, it wouldn't carry the amount of weight of them batteries. But obviously that would be picked up at major service at Aldenham and places like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So shall we go on to?
So,
Yeah, shall we do the chat promote?
Yes. Okay. So we've got Alex Demetrius. Hi everyone. Hope you're all well. Penny. I think that might be Smile.
Smile. Hi, Alex.
Got Jody Dave, happy birthday, Julie. We've got P40F20, happy birthday, Julie. We've got Yorkshire Crafter, thank you all. We've got Stuart Sullivan, happy birthday, Julie. We've got P40F20, happy anniversary, Dave and Christine.
Thank you.
Jody Dave, happy anniversary, Dave and Christine.
Thank you.
We've got Alex Demetrius, Horlicks.
Hello.
We've got Stuart Sullivan, congratulations, Dave and Christine.
Thank you.
Christine, say happy birthday, Julie. We've got Alex Demetrius, Horlicks, you're smiling, or is it wind, LOL? Okay.
Oh dear.
Christine, say thank you, everyone. We've got Stuart Sullivan, Dave Dozer, Dave, she's a dominatrix. Oh.
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
Stuart Sullivan, cracking Miss Whiplash. We've got P40F20, thanks for the tip, Steve-O. Yorkshire Crafter, happy anniversary, Christine and Dave.
Thank you.
We've got Alex Demetrius again. Penny, when are you going to resume your Routemaster build?
Would you like me to answer that now or later?
It's up to you, Penny.
Right. I wanted to answer that last week, but it was a little bit soon to announce. The plan was, after we've done issue 130 here, the very next week I was going to start doing my build again, pick it up from where I've left off. However, my job's kind of gone all over the place. I lost my contract I was on, and then today I've started a new one. And I have absolutely no idea what shifts I'm going to be doing. I now don't even know if I'm going to be on the show next Wednesday. I really don't know what I'm doing. So one idea I'm toying with is just to go, right, sod it. I'm going to pick one of my days off and I'm just going to do the show on that particular day, regardless of anything else. So it might be a Thursday and it'll clash with World of Wayne, or I might do an earlier show. I really don't know. It's just the last 7 days has just gone all over the show. So sorry. That's the best answer I can give you.
Yeah, that's okay, Penny.
Okay, I'll just finish off the chat. Terry Slater says, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Terry.
Rich says, I hope you're all well. Not happy tonight. I'm up to 126 and my steering wheel just fell off.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Bex Atlick, hi Adrian, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
And Alex Demetrius, okay, Penny, no rush. When ready, please send a notification.
Yeah.
And one just come in. Levi Otter, good evening.
Levi Otter.
Hello, Levi.
Good evening, Levi Otter.
Hello. Right.
I've got to admit, there was one bit of instruction that actually made me laugh, and I apologise if you heard me laughing. We've lost someone, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we probably had to drop out for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, the bit that made me laugh was instruction stage 2. Do not use any glue so that you can remove the cover to change the batteries. And like, who would glue that cover on? Would anyone do? Does anybody on this show or watching or knows anybody that would glue them on if the instructions hadn't told you not to?
Yeah, I think I probably would.
Do you think there would be some people? I mean, fair enough. If some people would, people see the instructions at different angles. My perception is, I know batteries are going to run out of power at some point. I'm going to have to change the batteries. How do I access the batteries? Well, I take that cover off, don't I?
Yeah.
And I also know magnets hold things on, and I know certain magnets are extremely strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I suppose it depends. Just a little question, actually, because obviously I haven't got that far on my model yet. Steve will probably be able to answer this for me. You can buy those. I can't remember what they're called now, but they're batteries that you plug into the mains, and you put them in, and then you've got a lead that runs out, and you can plug into the wall. Is there going to be enough gap if you were to add them to run the wire through somewhere discreetly, or would that just make that outer cover just sit funny?
I'm saying that we could probably do that, Horlicks, with a little modification of filing maybe the framework behind where the battery cover is, so you could just slot a wire in.
Right.
Because there is some framework behind there. So if Steve took that cover off, there is some framework, and on the you could literally file the framework there, you know, somewhere in the corner, perhaps just before the magnets or after the magnets.
I mean,
and
this
at the bottom,
where all your wires come into the. So I presume you can probably. This is where the empty bit is. This corner here is where it'll be all empty.
Right.
Yeah. So you could drill a hole in the very corner to bob the wire in. Or
Are you talking to actually replace the batteries, or just have
it's
the
an actual plug? I think we looked at them once before, and it's an actual plug, and then it runs off into a wire, and then on the wire you've got like a battery that's soldered on,
right.
and then you've got a blanking battery to complete the circuit. So then you can plug it into the mains, and you don't have to then change the batteries. But then that's why I was wondering whether there'd be anywhere to sort of run the wire. But I suppose you'd have to modify the cable as well, because you wouldn't be able to probably fit a whole battery up through. So you'd probably cut the wire and resolder it back together once you put it through, perhaps.
See, I'm actually toying with the idea of having mine plugged into the mains. So I would actually remove that battery box, and I probably wouldn't need the switch either, because I want my switches on the actual base.
Right.
So that would then give me a little hole already there that I could run a wire out if I an option to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until I get to that stage and I actually look at it myself, then I won't make that decision.
I suppose if you wanted to be really technical, you could probably get like a female jack, drill a hole through the bottom, and then glue it on, and then get like a power adapter that you can actually plug in and remove, and then run that to the battery box, so you could have the best of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, yeah, something to think about.
Steve, is the battery cover, when it's on, is it set back? Is there a bit of a gap between the battery cover and the front plate?
So I'll just put the cover back on. Obviously the right way around. In.
Is there a little bit of gap? So if someone took a bit of a corner of that cover off, where a cable is actually coming out, and gone in behind it and into the bus somewhere.
Yeah, the closest bit's going to be the top bit. If you see down the side of the box.
Catch the base, yeah. So there is a slight gap. It depends how thick the wires would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
of course, you wouldn't necessarily need that cover on if you had a dummy battery setup, would you? So that would maybe give you a bit more room.
Because it depends which way you're displaying the model. Because if it was actually on display but facing out the other way, I suppose you wouldn't necessarily need to hide that if that was, say, against the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very,
So if
very
that
good.
section was against the wall, you could actually write, okay, have a battery power plug-in unit, but if you want to take the bus out to the display, then you could then put the standards cover back on again
Yeah.
and put the plate on. Then you were off.
Yeah.
If you're out somewhere and you want to show it off somewhere, at least you can still operate the switches and that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot.
Sorry, I've seen a comment come up. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
So what's the comments then, Mark, please?
Okay, so we've got Alan Thomas. Nice to see you all, and nice to see Penny and Horlicks because they started the show and back to the end of Build the Routemasters. And we've got Paul 61C70. What? You're not supposed to glue the battery box cover. SH1T.
No.
No, believe it or not. I mean, it was a good job I spotted that for you, wasn't it? No, it it made me laugh. I mean, I personally would never have dreamt of gluing that cover in.
No.
But, yeah, maybe there was someone that might genuinely be looking at it and go, "Do I glue that in?" Although the rule I've had parts before where I'm like, "Well, should I glue that in?" And I've looked at the instructions, thought, "Well, it hasn't told me to glue it in, so I'm not going to glue it in." But sometimes it doesn't tell you to, and you're like, "That's a bit loose."
Yeah,
glue it in.
We've had that. I think I had that with some parts on the engine. I did actually on the Routemasters, and I think we had this discussion back.
That's right. The wires, the leads.
And that's
right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to glue them in, but if you don't glue them in, they're very loose and they pop out.
So I think what we actually did is we discussed it, and then we did some research, and then I think we glued them in the following week, possibly.
I think everyone in chat was saying, "Oh, I glued mine in."
Oh right, yeah.
I think I said we'll try it not gluing in, and I'm pretty. I might have to look up the issue, but I think I went, I just hard work with the not glued in. So I ended up, but I remember when I went round Chris Davis's and we just went straight in and we glued them in.
Yeah.
And that makes the twisting of is it HT lead? Once you twist.
No, it's the injector pipes.
Yeah. But you've got this row of plugs that you've got to get with a pair of tweezers, bend it over and then plug it in.
Oh, that was a really hard.
The injectors.
Oh, do you know what? That was fun. I'd do that any day, do it every week. But
issue 29.
I don't think it was as hard as issue 11 of the Spitfire.
No. Yeah.
Or was it? See, issue 11, of Spitfire, I managed to crack on with that, and I think maybe because I had the experience of issue 29 of the Routemaster, it's that technique of pulling things over. The way you hold the tweezers, you pick the part up. Not normally when you pick something up with tweezers, you go in like that. But you've got to figure out you want to finish in that position.
Yeah.
You might find yourself picking a piece up like that, so that as you bring your hand round, it's then in that position. And I think because I had the experience of doing it with the Routemaster, it was a little bit easier. I think if I'd have never done Routemaster, I think issue 11 of Spitfire would have been at least twice as hard as it was. But I wouldn't call it hard. I'd just call it fiddly.
Fiddly, yeah.
Is that a fair assumption, Mark?
Yeah.
It wasn't hard, fiddly.
Yeah.
To me, because of my eyesight, I found doing the engine of the bus a lot easier doing the following the stages of the Spitfire step by step. I slightly changed it around.
Yeah.
I should have when I did my next issue talked about how I done it, but I did not.
But I'm also wondering if issue 11 of the Spitfire had come out before issue 29 of the Routemaster, would I now be calling the Spitfire hard and the Routemaster fiddly? Because that was the first time I'd ever done that kind of work. All this.
Yeah.
And there's been loads of stages where it says you might need tweezers, and I've not used tweezers. But those two issues, I think tweezers are an well, they give you tweezers, don't they, with the Routemaster one?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Spitfire was harder because the instructions weren't clear on what to do, and it told you to do something when you needed to do it. It
specifically told you not to glue, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which I found quite naughty.
Mm.
You know, if they'd have put you shouldn't need to glue this in, then that then puts a little bit of choice on you. But
yeah,
specific, why on earth would we not glue that in?
My point entirely.
If they say do not glue, I mean, like this issue, do not glue. If you glue it in, you cannot change your batteries.
Yeah.
And then they'll leak acid all over the place one day, and there's going to be nothing you can do about it. There's a good solid reason to not glue. The Spitfire, why? What could possibly go wrong if you glued them in?
Precisely. So
That was
I mean, I think I
should have said.
And it was very, very hard until I glued that bit in, and then it became easy but fiddly.
Well, I get a phone call from you, Penny, saying, "Are the instructions right or wrong?"
Yeah.
About this black pipe being glued in. I said,
Right.
"Glue it in."
Yeah, I said, because I'm looking at them going, surely this is easier if you glue it in, but it says do not glue. Who do I know that's done it? Ah, Mark. Help!
So, yeah.
But I did that. I ended up doing that with, I'll tell you what, when I catch up on my part works, I'm buggered, aren't I? Who am I going to ring up? Well, no, it's quite funny actually. Like when you can't do the proton packs for the Ecto 1, who you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Mark's Mods. Oh, all my parts are missing. I can't find it. Yeah, they don't come until special number 2. You've got the instructions for everything. Oh, all right then.
I love that phone call. I've got screws missing, and I've got this missing, and what's going on?
Normally, you'll have a part. I mean, I had one pack where there were no screws in it, none whatsoever. All the parts were there, but the screws were missing. And I checked the packaging, I checked the bin, because I noticed in later issues, you get like the pack, and then you get the cellophane, the plastic bag over the top, and they put the parts in the plastic, but the actual screws are underneath. So quite often you'll pull a thing out, and then there's the parts, and you're like, "Where's the screw?" Oh yeah, they're still inside the bag. This particular issue, I swear to God, there were absolutely no screws at all, but it was like something like issue 6, stage 6. But because I kept my spare screws from the previous issues, and it was the first of 4 packs, it must have been issue 7, because I had 7, 8, 9, and 10. So using the screws I already had and the spare screws I was going to get for the next 4 issues, I got round it. But there were no screws. They were missing. So it wasn't a total, but if you're missing parts, you're often missing one part, aren't you? Not an entire set of parts to make an entire ghost trap.
Mm.
So that's why I'm like, oh. And Eagle Moss aren't my favourite one at the moment because I felt a little bit lied to them by them. So, and I just had to grin and bear it because I tried for 3 months. I was trying to sign up for the Ghostbusters, and it kept taking my payment on my card. And after about a week or 2, the payment's bouncing and going back, even though they've taken it off my account. and it turns out that my card isn't usable for certain. It depends on who their merchants are, but I can't do internet transactions for certain companies that use a certain card merchant thing or something like that. So
Yeah.
I end up paying for it in a different way. And I said to them, can you accelerate my packs? And they said, yeah, fine. And they pretty much sent out 3 months in one go. And then because I pay 3 monthly, I was going to pay annually, but if you pay monthly, you pay however much. If you pay 3 monthly, it works out a little slight bit cheaper per month. And if you pay annually, I pay 3 monthly. Well, then I waited for ages for these next parts, didn't I? And I said, look, I'm 2 months behind. Can I do it acceleration? And they said, no, because you pay by PayPal. The only way we can do accelerate is to cancel the whole build, start again from issue 1, pay by credit cards, and then we can take as much money as we want off you, and we can send you what. And I'm like, well, I'm not paying. What am I up to now? Issue 30 odd? Yeah, I'm up to issue 30. Do you really think that I'm gonna cancel after stage 30 and then repurchase issue 30 issues, 300 odd quid, just so I can be a couple of months further in front than I am now?
I think when I did that with the bus, because I remember I wanted to get more up to date with the Routemaster, and they said that the only thing they could do for me was to cancel my subscription, start it again from the issue that was current.
Yeah.
I'd have to go to the shop and buy everything up to that point in one go.
At least that's a workable solution.
Yeah.
Although I suppose I could do a certain person once I get my last free gift. They do back issues, don't they, on Eagle Moss?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I might actually do that. Once I get all my free gifts, I'll cancel the subscription, then restart the subscription from the current issue, and then buy the back issues from the shop.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because there isn't premium on Ecto, is there? There was going to be.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know when I first signed up. See, this is the thing. I actually signed up for this way before it even first came out, and you had an option to go premium, because I think if you went premium, you got like a crystal display case or something like that.
Oh yeah, at the end.
Yeah, but now when it actually came out, P40F20 said, Eagle, sorry, do you mind if I just jump in this? As the worst customer service, that you obviously haven't spoken to Harshette very much then. That's all I can say about that.
Right.
But yeah, it's I might go that option actually and buy back issues.
Right.
So
Steve, are you ready to do your bit?
Yeah, yes, because we had a couple of issues a couple of shows ago. People were describing the models and stuff, and obviously we ran out of time, so it was suggested that I would go over a few of my mods and see if anybody else is interested in doing them. I know a few have done them. It's just nice to see other people sharing stuff. So yeah. So I'll start at the front and work my way around. I can just describing really what I've done. Obviously, the bus is getting bigger. It's getting more difficult to show off. So as I said, I started at the front of the vehicle. I got the eyes. I saw these on Routemaster 5, and I thought I'd like them a little bit different. So I got a guy called Peter Fletcher who made me some water slide transfers. I put him on the Facebook group. Peter Curtin, he sort of emailed me and said I like them, and now they're a part of his range. So that's a nice thing, sort of thing, where other people's now got them on. As you can see, I painted my grills black, which I would have liked to done. This I would have liked to done as issue 1, but at the time, I think doing this show has like made me do more mods.
Yeah.
Because usually when you do stuff, you do it yourself, take a few photographs, and no one ever sees them. But the show started to make me think, can that be done a little bit different? I've seen other ideas of other people's builds. So I thought I'll give it a go. So that was just Humbrol matte black. And I just decided to paint the grills. And obviously painted the heater grill, the heater intake grill.
Yeah.
And I think it just brings that a little bit of detail.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Explained a few times about how you just highlight stuff or darken stuff or lighten stuff, and it seems to bring stuff out. So I mean, that's just a little bit of detail, but it has made the front of my Routemaster change. So I've done the grill. Now my destination lights, there's been a post on this week about the destination lights. They give you black tape to hold them in, which obviously is no good.
Yeah.
Now I glued mine in, but I actually glued mine sticking out a little bit either side.
Yeah.
Because they want them to be recessed out the way. So I thought, well, what's the point of that? Because why hide the light? So mine, when I actually did that stage, I actually brought the bulbs outwards a little bit and glued them in place. Because I know the Harshek gave us some black tape, which obviously it failed. I think I tried. I think I saw posts of people saying it failed. So maybe it's a tip for some people at the moment, or around that 80, 81, 82, was it around that area? Or is it some of the white stars? Just I glued them in and just put them a little bit further in, not hiding them. So that was a sort of a good one. Obviously, I've done my front flashers. You can't see with the white balance. Very hard, but they are. And I'll cover in issue 129. We do have that's when we fit the proper one. So you'll see me mod on that one. So that's you can see it's a little bit better there. So that's just one mod at the moment, which I'm gonna obviously when we do 129, you'll see how I've done my little mod. And obviously there's a side light mod, which you can obviously see here. But obviously that was nearly 2 years ago. Taking that photograph. That was an issue when you're putting it all together. Well, I think it was getting ready for the body to get married up. You can see there's no windows in the cab and everything there.
Yeah.
So that was that one. So I'll move around.
That's Fleetwood J's mod, isn't it?
Yes. I think that's really when it got me into the mods. And I thought, well, go on then. It seems people sharing ideas. That's what it's all about.
The 2 lights for the destination blind. It was issue 97.
All right, so that late. So as you said, I just glued them a little bit further in. They want you to glue them hiding, and I actually glued them sticking out because I thought I want the maximum light. Let's see if I turn my light out. It sort of works. They do show up. So it's, as you said, it'd probably been better with one of them light boxes, but it's obviously look at the side one at the back there. It's better than the front one, but it's still I can still see, even with my light off, you can actually still see it all illuminated, so it's doing its job.
They weren't that brilliant originally anyway, Steve.
No.
They weren't that brilliant originally.
No, it was, as you said, it was either depending on sometimes if the batteries were going, they glowed, didn't they? And the dynamo sort
Yeah.
of made a difference onto it.
Did they,
Yeah.
did they even have light bulbs then, or did they just light a couple of candles behind there?
Oh yeah, they were proper bulbs, weren't they? Proper good old
Yeah.
tungsten bulbs.
Tungsten bulbs, yeah. Yeah, 24-volt tungsten, yeah.
So it's going to the, obviously that's the near side. Again, we'll cover this on issue 129. That's just glued on with blue tack at the moment, but I'll stick that on issue 129.
Yeah.
I painted the silver step, which I've done both sides, which was a good little mod because I think they put the detail there, so it needs, someone's gone to the time of doing that. Obviously, then we moved on to the gold screw, which is the middle screw for the T.
Yeah.
So that's I've used a black screw and just put a bit of gold leaf down the middle of it. And I think it looks better than. And then just as a thing at the back, which I've just got a marker pen really, and I just marked out the blind box.
Oh yeah.
Just marked it really. I know it's that. I think that black line should be red. I should have got, I could have done anything like that, but it's just to represent. Instead of having a blank panel, I just use a permanent marker. So at least it just show, just a little bit of highlight really. Just there's a panel there now.
Yeah.
So obviously then we've got the conductor and there's the conductorist, and as you said, we'll go through. But the side bit there down the side, I just did a little bit of highlights on the bin lids, just to show that they would be the things what people you have to remove the bin lids. So they wouldn't keep the paint that long. They're probably more rusty than silver as I've done them.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. So let's go to the rear of the bus. It's just so heavy now.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how heavy because mine's heavy now and I haven't got the outer panels on.
So obviously the back end now, obviously when we do 130 show, that we stick the front stickers. I'll be sticking my front stickers on the rear, and I've got something special lined up for this back panel curtain. I spoke to Peter Kirkin about who did the banners for the bus, and I've asked him to do a special rear advert, and he's come through. So we'll leave that at the moment, but there'll be a sort of like a back panel a back sticker to go on there, which I've asked Pete to make one, and he's made them, so they'll be in the post. So I just little mods on this one. I just painted the silver round the lights, just to give them that little bit of depth.
They look brilliant.
All right, and then I made an inspection, just a black marker again.
Yeah.
And I just used the beading line, and I just got the black marker and just drew in, which is the brake and number plate inspection, because it's obviously been missing, and obviously I've even put the little key, the T-lock hole. So that was that one. That's the. It should go backwards.
No, I'm trying to help you out with it.
All right, that one. So, because that came up, and I think the guy who's doing the Routemaster virtually on its last legs, he cut his out and obviously made his all bent and sort of scratched. So it was just another little detail which is not going to cost anything.
Yeah.
And obviously then you move round to I have the piece of beading, which is just to add a bit of extra. And obviously the guy, my water slide transfer, we did watch the step.
Yeah. Lovely.
So little things, they're just small stuff. They're not, I don't think they're gonna, break the world. But
No.
No, but those small details will add a hell of a lot of difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've noticed it's changed everything. Oh, let's have a gander at this. Let's we go to the near side. Let's see if I can get that into shot for you. It's so flipping big now, this.
Yeah, awkward to move around, aren't they?
Yeah, I've only got a small table, so I don't want to push it that far. Mixing Routemaster goes live on telly.
No.
It goes off into the. So what we got for the offside? So I obviously did the staircase, which I think is a photograph, which we covered.
Do you mind if I just change the angle a little bit so we can get a slightly better view? Like that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you mind that?
No, it's fine. It's
That's
fine.
perfect.
So obviously I did the modification, which I looped into the.
We can do that.
And as you said, there's one guy. I think I got a comment on Facebook or something. It looks like it's been done by Harshette.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, obviously there's the battery box as well, with just a little bit of highlight with the greases. It just makes a little difference. Obviously we did the screw again. You can't see it now. It was black last week.
Yeah.
I painted it gold, so you can't
Can we
see
get
it.
a close up of that, Steve?
You certainly can.
Looks perfect.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
You said I did a black screw and then I painted just ahead of it, but I've left the side black. And as you said, that 2 meter rule just disappears then, doesn't it? You wouldn't know it's there.
No, it's only because you point it out that we look for it.
Yeah.
And then we did, if you look down, then we did the driver's step and brake header. So I detailed mine up. I think we got a closer photograph of that. That's it.
Yeah.
Again, it's detail what Harshette have put in, and it's just a little bit of highlights. I mean, obviously we know that's the wrong way around, but all I've done is painted it silver. Yellow is the actual the clear glass, what shows you the level of the fluid, and obviously the little gold plug. So as you say, it's just a little detail like that because it's just painted red.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I just filed down the little gold, the little header. So now when it shuts a little bit more.
Yeah. Because you were leaving that little mark on the flap, wasn't it?
That's right. So it was telling you what we got then. Obviously, we got the range strip over the cab, which I tried to have a go at, which you can see and you can't see, but I suppose that's the idea.
Yeah.
You see over the cab. So I tried that one, and I did the fuel filler cap, which I think is a photograph to show a little bit clearer.
Just trying to find that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously painted silver, and I just got this was before the bodywork even went on.
Yeah.
It just gives you that little bit of extra. I know no one will ever see it, but it's just one of them things. So that's that, and then we move on. The interior. I think a very, very early mod, I changed the screws. Oh.
The control plug.
As you can see there, I changed the screws for pin heads.
Yeah.
I think it had made a vast improvement to the actual the look of the build. Then I did a heater control, and I just put a pin head in because there's nothing there. I know you're not going to see it.
But you're going to know it's there.
It's just a simple, just get a pin head, drill a little hole. I think Fleetwood did that one.
Yeah.
Off Fleetwood. Then we had the discussion on, if you remember, Penny, about the blinds.
Yeah.
And it was basically, I don't know if it was set a challenge or not. There was a gentleman who was telling us what was wrong with the vehicle and what was wrong, and he said they'd missed these out. So I decided, go on then, I'll have a go.
So is that just a piece of black card with lines scored in it?
Yeah, that's just two black JP screws, piece of cardboard, black cardboard, scored. I mean, I believe somebody else has done one of that mod and actually done proper leather. So that's
what, a 5-minute job?
Yeah, and I even got the cutout, which one of the photographs will demonstrate it better, where the driver looks over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And can look down the vehicle.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the interior shots on that one.
Yeah, brilliant.
So
fantastic. Yeah.
It just, and then obviously again I painted the back of my seat with the grey paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. People's changed them. People's done different things, but when it's in the model now, I can't. You have to look for them. But I painted them grey, and then I moved on. Obviously, a mod what you promoted, Penny, was the posters.
Yeah, we liked them, didn't we?
Yeah.
This
is even before we knew Harshette was going to actually do anything.
But even I think we knew they were going to do posters, but I didn't know. Well, I don't know. But even the posters they didn't give us much of a selection.
And I think the roof was it the lower roof was already fitted by then.
Yeah.
So they really just gave us.
Also, I noticed the Harshette ones when I moved my bus last month. All the Harshette ones were peeling off.
Yes.
I've looked at mine. Luckily, at the moment, luckily stay up there. Maybe it's just probably, I don't know, maybe the heat or.
Yeah, it could be the heat, but. You know, the Kingsway ones are stuck on there. They aren't going anywhere.
No.
But the only regret I've got now is I think I've got Kingsway ones on the bottom deck and the Harshette ones on the top deck. Maybe I should have mixed and matched them so I had both on both floors.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the Kingsways downstairs. Obviously, this is demonstrated on the on the photograph. Where I've got Kingsways and Harshettes upstairs.
Yeah.
Because we already fitted the lower deck when the Harshette got there.
So if we hadn't bought our own posters, we would have ended up with no posters downstairs.
Yeah. I had a few spare which I passed on to Mark.
Yeah.
So two people benefited out of. Which was a simple mod. What came on your show? Wasn't it? The guy asked you. Did he ask you to show him, or did you inquire?
Was it about £5 and you got enough to do 4 buses?
Yeah, he charged £5.
Yes, it was about that.
£5, and the did he make were they for the smaller model bus and he made them bigger?
That's it, yeah, because he'd originally made them for the 1 to 24 scale Revel.
Yeah. And then Fleetwood, I think we clicked the next photograph. I think Fleetwood then made some posters for the buses.
That's it, yeah.
So I took advantage of the download from the group. and you can see one there. As you said, looks quite at home there. Doesn't look like it's out of place.
No.
No.
I mean, it's just these small details.
Well, it's better than having a blank piece. It's better than having, but it's just blank, isn't it? There's obviously they've gone to all the hard work to actually put the actual timetable, information rack in place, and then not followed it through and said, you know what, there's a sticker for it.
Yeah.
You know, so then I did that was that, and then we've got I think the next one. Remember the wire? What was the way? Well, I think somebody's actually done it where they've actually got a spur seat, which was absolutely brilliant. So it looks like an armrest.
Yeah.
So if I was ever going to do one again, I'd try to get a spur seat and cut the end of the seat off and use that. But I used like plasticard, and it was in checker plate.
Right.
I actually thought, what would a bus company do? They'd probably make it in checker plate.
Yeah.
They had to. But that hides that wire, what comes from the back of the people, because obviously it shouldn't be there, that light, but hey ho. I just try to deal with it as best I can. And at least it hides that wire going back into the back of the bulkhead. I did a mod on the bells way before we got all the cables. So I've got the bell on the main platform, and I've got the buzzer underneath the stairs.
Yeah.
So I've already done so I've got the best of both worlds, where at the moment you can either have bells or buzzer.
Yeah.
So obviously got that. Then obviously going to the photographs again, we did the chassis. And I painted every screw under there. I painted the heads silver.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I painted the floor silver.
Wow.
The floor came as that brown colour.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Some people have painted it black, but I've painted it silver because technically, if the chassis silvered everything,
Yeah.
the floor would have got it anyway.
Yeah, of course it would.
So, and I think it does make it look. I mean, the brown would have looked wrong.
Yeah.
So I think I've got two photographs there. I think one.
It also makes it more reflective, because to see your engine, you've got to look at the mirror and look up at it.
Yeah.
And that silver floor will make it more reflective.
Yeah. Plus, you can actually just see where the prop shaft is going into the clutch.
Yeah.
Or there's the bell housing. You can actually see the Fleetwood's wire.
Yeah.
So and that's been painted silver. So it just looks like something. You know what I mean? It's not like a red or a black wire. I've actually painted it silver.
Yeah.
So you just think it's part of the chassis.
Fabulous.
So yeah, and then obviously we got the David Buckingham base, which was promoted. And there's a few photographs.
Buckingham base.
And then as I said, these are just a few photos of the interior.
Do you know what? That looks like the real bus.
It does.
It does look like you've taken a picture from inside a real bus.
Yeah,
Well,
it does.
My phone contract came up, and I've got a new phone, and it's got a nighttime vision. You know, it takes better photographs. So I thought, well,
I absolutely love the lighting. There's actually, I'm not going to show you, but there's a picture in, I think it's this, yeah, in issue 127 on page 5. There's actually a picture of two Routemasters, one that's had upgraded lighting and one that's got the original lighting, and it looks fantastic. I just looking at comparison between that and the old lighting, it just looks spot on. That horrible, warm, not very bright lighting, because they weren't bright, were they? They were just sufficient.
yeah.
Only, and I don't know if you agree with this, Steve. It's only more recently that you've had really good lighting on buses. If you go back, say, 10 or 15 years, especially some of those Dennis Darts, the lighting on them are a little bit naff.
Yeah.
I think they're better as well, because even on the newer buses, they'll put, well, I presume they're LEDs now. And
Yeah.
they're so
Yeah.
bright, they actually make your eyes sting if you're on a bus. I was on a bus the
Yeah.
other week.
Bus lights at night have
Yeah.
always been quite dim because they use those warm white bulbs, whereas now
Yeah.
they get LEDs or neon lights. But yeah, they are really bright now, but it's only a recent thing.
Now you've got pink lights, haven't you? Mood lighting,
Yes.
you know, floor lights, you know, spotlights, all
Yeah.
sorts of technology in it. So I mean, going back to the interior, I'm just showing you there with the pinheads. I just think it looks a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously we got David Buckingham, and I've obviously we've covered that many times with the lights to show the chassis up, and mainly to keep the weight off these things, you know, because they're not gonna stand it if you're gonna keep the weight on it.
I would strongly advise people to not use the steering if the wheels are on the floor.
Yeah.
Because with that
Yeah.
much weight pushing down on the wheel and then trying to move that steering wheel, I think the steering wheel is going to give before the wheels do.
And then, as you said, the only thing what didn't work with mine was the engine noise, but we even got that sorted with I've got a switch here now, and which was a guy who actually made a special MP3 version.
Yeah.
Went into the little mod for the little box because Mark said to me, "Have you tried one of these Build the Bird type things?" So I found out I've probably got a better engine sound than the Harshette one.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the lights, everything's just coming together now. It's just, as you said, it's all getting to the stage where it's come to an end, isn't it? Which is, you want it to come to the end, because obviously that's the build, but it's like, can we carry on with something else now?
Well, I suppose we better look at.
In a sense, that's what I've been up to, sort of thing. So
yeah, amazing work, really is.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's made it absolutely 10 times better than it already is. Really is amazing work, that, Steve.
Yeah.
And you have the patience of a saint, you really do. To be doing all these mods, and there's more mods to come from you as well, but not in tonight's program.
We're going to keep them back for the other ones. I mean, you can see at the front there, it's all flashing away, but we'll cover that on 129. Because I've taken a few photographs and a few videos, and to say I didn't know what Harshette were going to do, I think I've got away with it quite well. So we'll cover that in the show. But yeah, I've got the mods to do at the front, the stickers to go on. Obviously with Peter, he's making me a special rear sign, which we'll do on 130 show. Then he's going to release it into his own range. And as I said, I mean, it was nicer. Thanks for people who voted for the header competition. Obviously I got me photographed in the header competition. And it was nice.
You won it fair and square.
And I got a few comments, and even Peter said he was proud of seeing his posters on my build.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was a nice sort of nod.
Yes, absolutely.
At the end of the day, I was just going to put the Harshette ones on.
Yeah.
Obviously, he came out with a range, and I went, "We'll go on then." I like what when he got into it. He was doing some ones, and as you said, the Red Rover I've seen on proper Routemasters, and I think Penny made that one up, saying I can just see that one going round Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah.
You know, it's as you said, it's there. So yeah. So there's still a few little months to come. There's still a few. We're not finished yet, even though we want to go a couple more to do. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'll do it all over again. I think I've got no problem if they re-released it. I'd have another go.
Yeah. I bet there's quite a few people that would as well. So myself included.
I think a lot of people, some of the people who didn't get it first time now are actually thinking, bugger, I should have got that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they are.
well.
I'm sure they are. Once they see him in real life as well.
Yeah.
As you say, it's just a waste. And then now it's got to figure out how to keep it now.
Yeah.
As I've seen quite a few different options on Facebook, and it's like, do I spend the money and get the Rolls Royce one, or
Yeah.
sit down and try to, get one made at a lower price one? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'll catch up on chat if that's okay.
Yeah.
So P40F20 said someone will glue it on. That was about the battery box.
Yeah.
Stuart Sullivan says, Steve, the bus is looking awesome, really well built.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Stuart Sullivan again, Adrian, Mark, hi guys. We've got Geordie Dave, think the Spitfire was more fiddly as they were smaller. Got P40F20 Eagle Moss has the worst customer service that I've ever encountered. Geordie Dave, I think the Spitfire was more fiddly as they were smaller and the holes were harder to see. I
agree with that.
Peter Whitlock said at Geordie Dave they were also going into black holes which made them difficult to see and locate. Yeah, definitely. Peter Whitlock says, what's in the next issue? Christine says, Peter, this is 127 tonight. P40F20 says, Peter Whitlock, issue 128 is the driver figure. P40F20 says, all the things you have modded, catch the eye, Steve-O.
Thank you.
Dan O'Bills, what does the D13 mean on the side of the bus?
Okay. Well, the D is the garage, donating the garage, which is Dalston Garage, and the 13 is the route code number.
Okay, George Dave, my cuckoo again.
Yes.
Peter Whitlock says P40F20, thanks. And that's a chat caught up with.
Okay, so we best do the next week's then. So if you want to do that, Alex.
Yeah, so next week, a figurine of the man who drives the bus.
Whoa. So the driver, and as you can tell, he's in a seating position, but there is a bit of a twist to that, as one or two of you have found out already, but all will become clear next week. And next week's issue, which is 128, will be on my channel at 8 o'clock on the Wednesday night, and we'll be looking at everything to do with drivers. So I was a coach and bus driver. Penny is a bus driver. Steve is a bus driver. And I do believe that Adrian's brother is a bus driver. So, and was it your dad that was a bus driver?
Yeah, he's currently a coach driver, but was a bus driver as well. Actually did do Routemasters in London as well.
Wow. So next week's all about being a bus driver. And I've had a request to bring you up to speed on the Red Routemaster collection. So next week we'll be talking about all my Red Routemaster collection. This one's actually from you, Horlicks. Thank you very much. So is this one, this small one? So you can tell it's only very tiny, this one. So I will be showing you all my Red Routemaster collection next week. And
I can't wait.
so that's on my channel at 8 o'clock for issue 128 for the driver and my Red Routemaster collection and a few other things that might be brought to the table. So wait and see.
Well, 1 to 8 was supposed to be me hosting, but I don't know. Everybody will agree in here that and in the chat that Dave knows far more about buses and drivers than I could ever imagine. So I said, Dave, can we swap? I'll do 1 to 9 if you can do 1 to 8. And Dave was like, yeah, fine. And then
No problem.
You're gonna have to catch us up on your buses.
If you use that principle on everything, Dave would be hosting every single show.
Trust me, I can't talk about Routemasters for that long.
Oh,
I'm new.
Dave can, but he can talk useful knowledge for that long.
Yes.
We could have Dave talking for 2 hours every single show, not build a single thing, and it would still be full of interesting content.
So yeah. So that's why Dave's doing 1 to 8 and not me. And I'm quite glad of that, actually. So, it's schedule.
Yeah.
So
Schedule.
tomorrow, I don't think we have anything, do we?
So tomorrow, no, it's Thursday tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
May I do a bit of shameless promotion?
Why not?
Tomorrow on my channel, there is a new series starting. It is a catch-up. But obviously what I'm doing is every week I'm trying to bring, rather than bring everything in at once, 1 week I've got one thing starting every week. And then the next week on another day I'll have something. And tomorrow I've got something really, really exciting beginning on my channel that will be every single Thursday. It is pre-recorded, it's not live, but it begins tomorrow and I can't wait.
Excellent.
So Friday, Adrian, you don't do Fridays anymore?
No, I don't do any Fridays anymore.
No.
But someone else might do that place. We don't know at the moment.
It could be, it could be Alex if we can twist it down the wrong way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Saturday, there isn't anything Saturday.
No, not at the moment.
No, don't think so at the moment.
And then it's back to you, Adrian, on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to think of doing a tank build on Sunday.
Ooh.
Another tank build, wow. Excellent.
And Monday, I believe, is Chris Campling, and he's doing his Terminator. Yeah.
Chris Camplin and Terminator, and that'll be probably 8 o'clock, won't it?
And then Tuesday, what are you planning Tuesday, or don't you know yet, Adrian?
I don't know. I might do another part of the tank basically again, or unless I get another part work come in.
Ah.
Okay.
It depends what arrives in the post.
Yeah.
I know. I love it. I love the beginning of every month because you think, right, the new editions are going to come this month. So what are we going to get? I absolutely love when it's a new month. I don't love all the payments going out.
You've got some come monthly and some come every 4 weeks. So you kind of get them all coming in at different times, don't you?
Or you have Eagle Moss who send you a monthly thing every 3 weeks.
Okay.
I
haven't noticed that.
I have, because I do my Ecto now every week. I've just started into the next pack.
So maybe I am
I've just
on
had
a
an email
catch-up
today
then.
saying my next lot's on the way.
So maybe I am on a catch-up then.
You are on a catch-up.
Ah. Because I know my Terminator, the payment gets taken on the 31st of the month, but that is monthly. So that comes beginning of the month. I think I've got Terminator due, and that's probably it, actually. Jag is just arrived. So Jaguar came last week. Ecto came last. I'll keep an eye on that Ecto. Because I am now starting to, because I've got a spreadsheet of a calendar, and it tells me what issues are going to be published on what days, so I know how to prioritize. There's no point me doing an Ecto for 4 weeks' time when I've got a Jaguar due next week, kind of thing. And I've actually kind of got highlights on what issues are due out when, and I can see like last week the Spitfire came out. No. Yeah, last week I think the Spitfire came out, or the week before. And like in about 3 weeks' time, I've got the Jaguar due, and then the week after that, the Fiat should be due, and then it goes back to terminal. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that, Ecto. Maybe I am on a little catch up. But now you mention it, last time when I got them, I'm like, well, it don't seem that long since I've only just finished building the last ones. So yeah.
So I might be doing a little bit of a catch up with the Ectos as well.
That'd be nice.
Well, I'm nearly there with the Terminator. I'm nearly there. I've got up to issue 74, and I've just done issue 70 today. So
lovely. Well, I'm only up to issue 30 with the Terminator, but next week I'll be up to issue 40. I'm trying to figure out when they'll catch up, because I'm sure that the Agora one will overtake the.
I don't think it will. I don't think Harshett would allow that, because if Agora take over, then people are going to go, well, I'm going to go to Agora then.
Yeah, but Agora won't let you start partway through, will they?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think they would, because I know someone who's doing the Agora one, and they were doing the Harshett one, and common sense would say that if you're up to issue 40 or whatever of the Harshett one, you wouldn't start issue 1 on the Agora one. You would go, well, I've already got the first 40 issues. Can I start at number 41?
Well, we know somebody who would.
Well, I don't know. If you were up to issue 40 or 50 of the Harshett one, why would you buy 50 duplicate issues unless there was some other issue, some other reason? Anyway, that's another tangent, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Geordie Dave just said, great show, thumbs up. So I actually remembered to do the thumbs up today during the show.
I did too.
So if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go through the last bits of chat. So P40F20, great show tonight, Dream Team.
Thank you.
Peter Whitlock says, is the driver a young Blakey before he made Inspector?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I have been looking at him, and I think you could pull him off as a young Blakey. The young Blake adventures.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Stuart Sullivan says, great show, team.
Thank you.
Georgie Dave says, great show again. Please give these guys a thumbs up. Paul 61C70. As soon as I finish the Routemaster, I'm restoring my Austin 1300 and then my Lister D.
Yeah.
And Stuart Sullivan says, Horlicks, you on the G-Day and Coke?
Oh, JD and Co.
Yeah.
No, I've got work tomorrow.
Why not?
And we've got a thumbs up from Stuart Sullivan. And that's
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, well, P40, Paul 61C70, it's got an Austin 1300 and a Lister D to restore. Right, Austin 1300 car is the one that's just a bit bigger than a Mini. And actually, the Austin 1100 was my very first car.
Wow. Is the Austin 1300 the one they used to use as the police cars? I think that
I do
is.
believe, yeah, I do believe they did use them as panda cars, yeah. And
Yeah.
a Lister D stationary engine is also one of my first stationary engines, although it wasn't my first because my first was a Petta A1 and a Petta A. But yeah, so he's got a Lister D stationary engine to restore and an Austin 1300 to
Fantastic.
restore. Excellent.
So all we need now then is the theme from Heartbeat.
Yeah, heartbeat. Why do you miss?
That's all.
We're a bit sad, aren't we? Really?
No, we're brilliant. Like I always said, you know, if you object to completely crazy nutty people, then unfortunately you are watching the wrong show.
Yeah.
So I just love this comment that came in because I said this as well. Christine says the driver looks like Adrian. I said that.
Yes. Definitely. Sorry, Adrian.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. A bit more chat, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, it's just I've got notifications covering it. Geordie Dave, LOL Christine, and Yorkshire Crafter loved Heartbeat.
Yeah, I did
I
too.
loved it when Nick Berry was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it went down a bit downhill after he left.
not completely, but yeah.
He kind
A
of
very
made the
good
show.
friend. A very good friend of mine used to supply the buses that were used in that.
Right.
So yeah, and a guy from York, and he's a very good lad, was Stefan. So yeah, he supplied all the buses and coaches that were used in them episodes.
Okay. Right. I think it's over to Adrian.
Right, yes, I think it's time to say all our goodbyes. Thanks for everyone to watching us. And what I'll do, I'll backtrack the way we went. Everyone don't mind?
Fine.
It is.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you for watching. And see you all next week. Yeah, really enjoyed myself. Great to see some of them mods on your bus, Steve. And yeah, I need to crack on with mine. So yeah, watch this space.
And next is Penny.
So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much again, Steve, for doing the. I can't describe how brilliant it is. Really good little tiny mods. I will try very hard to be on next week, but because of the new contract, I really can't guarantee it. But I will try my best. I promise.
Stephen.
Okay,
Zero.
so good from me. Thank you for all the nice comments. As I said, it sort of pushes me to do more mods and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see you next week, and we'll see what we can do with the driver.
And next is Matt.
So yeah, it's a good night from me. I know people. P4 Chase 20 says the dream team. We are the dream team now. We've got Penny and Horlicks with us, so we were missing them a lot. So yeah, we are the dream team now because we've got them guys back with us. So good night from me, and thank you for watching.
And it's a good night from me, and thanks for joining us yet again. There's only 3 more episodes of Build the Routemasters, which is
Maybe
pretty
cry.
sad. Well, it's pretty sad, really. But, you know, the Facebook group's going to carry on. And as you have been told tonight, Horlicks has got to do his bus, and Penny's got to do her bus. And I've still got to do our buses as well. So we'll try and keep some content going YouTube-wise. and we'll try and keep you updated. And we'll try and do that either on our own shows or on the hobby show or something similar. We'll try and let you know what we're going to do anyway. So it's a good night from me. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for Steve for actually doing the build tonight and showing us all his lovely mods, which has made his bus absolutely spot on. Who can beat Steve-O's bus? It really is fantastic. Really is nice, Steve-O. And thanks for Adrian for running the show tonight. And we'll see you all next week on 128 on my channel. So goodbye from me.
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching again. And thank you all my co-hosts on tonight's show. Thank you all. And I think it's time to see all of us say our goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.